Hi, I'm DevRow, and this is Bob. We are back with another update on the game. This week we added some really cool features that I think you are going to love. But let's dive right in. First of all, let's talk about the workshop buildings. I changed them so much that they now need to be activated. But it's not simply placing them together, it is more about getting something to work in there. As you see, they start as gray, and if you put in the right worker, and now it's on you to find the right worker to start working there. If you don't know which worker you need for a gray building, you always can check in the building tab, which now has a new icon. I will later talk more about the education system and how it works. But for now, let's just find a worker that has no education as you see on the icon and put him in the building. Let's go, Bob. Thank you, Bob. So as you see now the building is fully colored, which will happen to all of the buildings that get activated, and we now can access its building menu. And this is how you will in the future work with the new workshop and production buildings. Next we made some changes on how you get work links in the world. There is not only the way of building houses, but now we also have those little objects that will have a little work link in a problematic situation, and if you destroy the object you will get a new work link. They are not different to any other work link in the world, they are exactly the same, but they are basically for free, and I think that's good. Especially if you start out the game, just walking the map, finding them, it's amazing. So let's finally talk about education. I was teasing you about. You need different educations for different buildings. The workshop we showed earlier just needs a normal work link, while later buildings might need an educated one, which you can easily do by just putting a work link in a school. This is now a smart work link. The smart work link will work exactly as other work links, but will have access to different buildings. There are three types of education: low education, mid education and high education, and I promise I will give them proper names in the future. Depending on the education they will have access to different buildings, so the sawmill needs low education, while later an alchemist lab maybe needs high education. So let's talk about the feature that made the most problems, which is multiplayer. We now can actually access multiplayer, we can host games and we can create games, which I can represent here. You can click multiplayer, you can decide if you want to play LAN or online, and then you create a session. The standard is 2 players. So now let's look at the other screen. It is. And now we can refresh. Take some time, of course, to find a proper game, and now we can join. It's still very rough, it's just a proof of concept now, but I hope that next week maybe I can show you a little bit more. At least that's what I hope for. So that was a short devlog, but still I hope you enjoyed my stream. My video. I was streaming just an hour ago. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you learned something. I hope you are excited for the new changes. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma. Drink some water, start your game development journey today. That's all I can say for this week. I see you next week again, and then we have more exciting news, I promise. Alright, I catch you all next time. Bye bye.